Hey guys, how are you? I hope you're all doing very well. This afternoon I'm going to be doing another movie review. This movie is a horror film from the USA, English language, released in the year 2014, directed by Brad Anderson, and this film is called Stonehearst Asylum. So Stonehearst Asylum is about a mental asylum by the same name. You've got revolutionary techniques that are being used to deal with the patients, and this gains the curiosity of an Oxford graduate. So he gets to the hospital, he tells the head doctor that he wants to learn more from them, and so the head doctor accepts his proposal and gives him the tour of the asylum. So he meets the other staff, he meets some of the patients, but this is where he starts to suspect that something is off. Not all is what it seems, is because not only are these revolutionary techniques somewhat inhumane, there's also something that he believes the doctors aren't telling him. So he wants answers from the staff, but he's not getting them, so he looks for answers elsewhere, which ultimately brings him closer to the truth, which as a result puts him in a lot of danger, is because the people behind Stonehearst Asylum don't want this truth to be revealed and will do anything possible in order to keep it that way. So whether or not this graduate actually is onto something is something you're going to have to find out for yourself, because that's as far as I'm going with my synopsis. Now my thoughts on Stonehearst Asylum. I went into this film with great scepticism. Now I know better than to judge a film based on what other people think, but once again, a lot of people didn't like this movie. It has a fairly good score on IMDb, so for that reason I was somewhat hopeful that this movie would be worth the time and effort, but for some reason everyone that I've actually seen on YouTube, not everyone, but a lot of people actually didn't like it at all. So I know it's very hard to shake that off, is that I was giving this film every opportunity to really impress, but it's very hard to get that out of your mind that a lot of people didn't like it. So you think to yourself, well, why didn't a lot of people like it? It must have a lot of problems. But this is a perfect example, as I said, of not judging a film based on what others think, is because I really enjoyed Stonehearst Asylum, is because I think it has so much energy, and it's a classic retelling of a very good story. Now I'm not going to tell you who the author was because it might give it away, but this is a very well known story. It's the type of story that you'll tell your friends around a campfire, and I thought that feeling of quirkiness, that feeling of caricature, of entertainment, is splashed onto the screen in very vivid and vibrant ways. And because the movie got so much energy, because the director's got so much energy, it translates through the screen, and you can actually feel very upbeat while you're watching it. At the same time, it does depict very real social problems as far as mental illness is concerned, as far as ignorance towards mental illness, and how back in the old days what they would do in order to try and cure the mental illness. So mental illness is a very misunderstood topic, but the movie never takes itself seriously to the point where it's trying to dictate to you, it's trying to lecture you about how bad we should feel as a society because we're treating these people like villains. But the movie doesn't do that, and at the same time it's not making light of mental illness. So it's taking a very serious subject, but it's utilising it to its full potentials, because it doesn't take itself seriously, it's not making fun of mental illness, and it's not lecturing you on making you feel bad as because it's saying that we treat, mentally ill people as lepers. So the overall basis is there. It's very simplistic in its storytelling. There are a few twists, but they're not massive twists. They don't feel like twists put in there for the sake of having a twist. But the best thing is the production of this film. The vibrant colouring, the cinematography is excellent. You've got some very quirky characters that are complemented by very good actors. You've got Ben Kingsley, Kate Beckinsale, you've got Michael Caine, Jim Sturgis, you've also got Brendan Gleeson. Very accomplished actors who are having a lot of fun in what they're doing. It actually feels like you're in the mental asylum. It feels like the kind of characters you would see in a nut house. Basically, these people, there's one guy who thinks he's a horse, there's other people who, as I said, the personalities are just so vibrant that they splash through the screen, they grab you around the throat, and they don't let go. And it's basically saying, I want your attention, and it's demanding your attention. It's because the story is so interesting. It's not taking creative liberties from its source material, so it's not being convoluted, it's not distracting itself. It actually feels like a film that is an old-fashioned, entertaining movie. It wants to be entertaining, and it's not letting side elements really cloud that objective. So I think Brad Anderson really achieves that objective. I thought the casting was absolutely perfect, and this is the reason why the movie works so well, is because the exchanges were so quirky, they were so strong. It actually felt that chemistry was there to a point where every exchange of dialogue was very interesting. It kept you on the edge of your seat. It's because it does have a mystery to it, but it's the exchanges of dialogue that was so interesting. The script is so good, and that complements the actors. It's because they have a lot to play with, and so everything really complements each other in this film. It feels like everyone's on a level playing field, and that they can enjoy themselves because everyone knows what they're doing and they're on the same path, and therefore the viewer will be sucked in as well, and you can really enjoy it for what it is. So there are some moments of tension. There's a little bit of suspense here and there, but as I said, it's a very light-hearted sort of film, so you will appreciate it for what it is. My only problem with the film, I think it's a little bit too long. It does outstay its welcome to some degree at the end. I thought right at the end there is a little twist that I thought was actually quite funny, but yeah, the twists aren't really big. It doesn't really pull the rug from under you, and you can't become disorientated, thinking to yourself, where the hell did I see? Where the hell did that come from? What is going on? The twists are there, but it doesn't really take you by that much surprise. It actually feels very rewarding at the end, and you think to yourself, okay, I watched a film that a lot of other people didn't like, but I came away actually appreciated it a lot more. So definitely go out there and see it for yourself. Make your own judgment about the film, and don't really listen to what others think, because ultimately movies are about taste, and as far as I'm concerned, I really enjoyed Stonehearst Asylum, and as a result I'm going to give it 4 stars. Alright guys, that's it for my review. Hope you enjoyed it. Next time, keep watching movies, and I'll see you later.